Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Quick video here just recommending some Steam Deck accessories that are fairly good for the budget, cheap accessories that can help improve your Steam Deck experience. And I'm going to start with the Mag Glass Temper glass screen protector. It's an anti-glare, as you guys can see here. The glare for the 256 gig model and for the 64 gig model is just unbearable if you're playing on natural light. As you guys can see here, you can see my face, you can see a lot of reflection. So this is the product right here, the Mag Glass. It's a little bit on the upper end. The pricing ranges from 15 to 20 bucks on Amazon, but it's kind of like a premium product because it's really well made. One thing that did surprise me though, it only comes with one screen in the product. There are some cheaper options that come with like two screen protectors, but this particular one is kind of like the premium version for the Steam Deck, and it does the job incredibly well. As you guys can see here, it comes with all the contents that you need to place the screen protector perfectly. And as you guys can see here, that's with the product installed. As you guys can see, that there's no glare, or there's very minor glare. It is important to note that there is a slight reduction in the sharpness of the image, but if you guys have the 256 or 64 gig model, I think it's worthwhile buying it for 15 to 20 bucks. It's a great product. Yeah, it helps a lot. As you guys can see here, my face is not showing up anymore, and it's just a great product. Very well made. The sizing is perfect. As you guys can see, it just matches that screen, and the bezels are covered as well. And in my opinion, it's worthwhile using that product. Just make sure if you have the 512 gig model, don't buy this because it already has an anti-glare screen, and this product can actually damage your product. So yeah, pretty happy with that particular product. And next we're gonna move on with the Touch Protect Trackpad Skins for the trackpads of the Steam Deck. These are for like around 12 bucks. You can get different models, different colors, and it's just a fun way to use a skin to protect the trackpads. Me personally, the texture of the trackpads of the Steam Deck are just, I don't know, they bother me. Using my fingers to control the pads. So this one provides a smoother surface, and it also increases the precision of your movements. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but there's a textile function that just makes things a little bit easier to manipulate, in my opinion. So I'm very glad I bought this one. At first I was a little bit hesitant on buying the skins for the trackpad, but I'm really glad I did, just because again the texture feels a little bit better. It provides a little bit more precision, which I know it sounds crazy, but as you guys can see here, I'm using it on the desktop mode, which is kind of critical to have good good precision, if you will, if you're trying to cover or copy files and move things over. I think this is a very good product, and it makes your Steam Deck look a little bit nicer as well. It gives a personalized look. The store that you can buy this from, Amazon, has different colors, different types of textures, and different patterns, if you will. I just went for a subdued kind of like black and black theme in there, and it works remarkably well, and I'm really glad I bought him. It kind of feels a little bit flimsy at the beginning, but it's a really good product. They're like stickers, you just put them on top, and I haven't experienced any like shifting or movement. They stay put pretty well, so I'm really glad I went for that product. Next up, we have the JSOX Silicone Soft Cover, which is kind of like a shock absorption type of cover that's pretty good for the Steam Deck. This was actually my first accessory that I bought for the Steam Deck, and I had to remove it in order to obviously put the screen protector and the trackpad skin. But as you guys can see here, it has some thickened edges. The edges are thicker, and they have that grippy materials, kind of like little sticks that stick out. So it increases the grip, and it also increases kind of like the protection. You're better off with a hardcore or like a harder cover if you're trying to have like a better protection. But for me personally, the main purpose of using that skin was actually to avoid leaving like oily and like oil from my hands or sweat. I'm trying to protect the actual original plastic of the Steam Deck, if you will. So this is a good protection measure. Unfortunately, as you guys can see here, if you're OCD about the holes being or the buttons being dead center. Some of the buttons are not dead center, as you guys can see here. The ones on top that I'm showing now are pretty good, but that option button with the 3 dots, it's kind of like off center. So if you guys are OCD, seeing that small gap in there might be an issue. But overall, another kind of like con is that, those buttons are already recessed on the Steam Deck, the Steam button and the options button. So with the cover, it's kind of hard to push them, but I already gotten used to them. And as you guys can see here in the back, they're pretty well made. The vents are open, obviously, for ventilation, and for the most part, the openings for the buttons are pretty well made, in my opinion. So I'm pretty happy with the cover. And last but not least, we have a stand base, which is kind of like just to put your Steam Deck in there if you're charging it. It's not a charger, it's just a regular base, which is kind of cool. You can put your Steam Deck on the base and then connect a controller via Bluetooth, for example, if you don't want to use the sticks and whatnot. It's pretty cheap. It's only like $10, and it also serves its purpose for other systems like the Nintendo Switch, for example. And as you guys can see here on the video, this is a final product. I have all the accessories that I just mentioned installed, and yeah, it's a pretty good, pretty well made plastic, nothing too fancy. It does have like a 95% opening. Like there's a slight blockage of the vents, as you guys can see there in the back. In my opinion, nothing major, as long as you don't abuse the Steam Deck on the stand. But yeah, other than that, those are the accessories that I recommend for you guys to try out. They're pretty affordable, and I think they will enhance your experience with the Steam Deck. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later. Take it easy.